supposed to have a small walk-on wall there.
Oh, right.
And we talked on the set, but then they changed the plan that it's not in a hostel, that it's just in a living apartment, so they cut it all out.
Sorry.
Otherwise, I could say I played in the film.
Yeah.
So now I can say nothing.
Next time, we'll get it next time.
So great meeting you again, and so great meeting you for the first time, Robert. So how hard was it getting this all together? Because this looks so scary, so fascinating, and I can imagine it was a lot of hard work.
I mean, it took 10 years to get the film on its feet and out into theaters finally, and it's also a story that I've been kind of obsessed with since I was 9. So it's been, but yeah, it was when we finally were together in Prague with this incredible cast and all these amazing sets, we were ready to go. But certainly it was hard work.
Sorry, I forgot what the question was.
How hard was it getting this all together?
Oh, well, it was much harder for Rob. I joined later. He'd done all the hard work, so I didn't have to pull anything together, really. I just had to be there at the end.
Yeah.
So how is it for you watching yourself on screen? Because when I watch the movie for the first time, it's always scary. When you watch it, you know how it was all made. So is it also scary as well, or is it just that you say, okay, this was this day where I had a cold, this was this day where something else happened?
You know what? That's more commonly the experience I have watching films I'm in, where I go, oh, and also because you're then seeing how the edit has come together. You're like, oh, this film, because Rob and Jaren had such a clear, storyboard and visually planned out way of the shots that would, transport you through each scene. You kind of roughly knew already in your mind what the edit might be and how it might be formulated. So there was an element of being slightly aware, but I also found that watching this for the first time, I was more transported than I usually am watching something I'm in. Normally I just pick my own performances apart and lament myself, but with this I felt like it was a film that I'd kind of unearthed a classic piece of cinema in a beautiful way, and I was transported by it, which is the experience we all want to have going to the theatre. So I felt very happy. Yeah.
Did you remember maybe some funny things that happen behind the scenes that we don't see on screen? Maybe something go wrong that should not go wrong, especially at a production of this scale?
I mean, I think I would say that I didn't know that rats are incontinent, so when you're working with thousands of them, the smell is quite horrific. And there is a scene where Emma Corrin has rats on their body, and Emma was constantly having rat urine pool, and that was funny.
I mean, I think Lily and I would laugh about the fact that we wouldn't have funny stories from set. And not because we weren't really enjoying the process and the creativity of being there. It was just one of those things where, because everyone had to be so focused on each moment in each shot to make sure that it all worked together in unison, there was something where everyone was really, relying on each other and demanding the best of each other in a way that meant that you were just, really, really focused and intent on trying to deliver, Rob's vision to the screen.
But you work with real rats, yes? There's no CGI?
No, there's some, but we had enough that you can always have the real rats in the fore. Many shots are just real rats, but like, for example, in the chapel, when there's so many rats, we have like our several thousand rats contained in the front of the frame, and the ones that are out of focus in the background are CG.
Okay. And when you see, for example, Bill for the first time in this costume, so how was it for you? Because I can understand if you see it in full light, it's not so scary at all, but at the end, the lighting makes it. So did you have maybe some funny moments with that? Because it looks crazy. Let me say that, the whole costume.
I think one of the most wonderful things about how Bill and Rob formulated that character is it's steeped in so much historical truth. In terms of the accent work that Bill did, and lowering his voice, the octave, working with his opera coach, and then the physicality and emotional depth that he brought to that character made it something very intimidating and scary to be around. And you're right, there is an element for the character as well where he never fully sees that character in full light at first. So it's kind of, you're unaware and unsure of exactly what you're dealing with, and that's what makes it scary.
Thank you so much. It's
Thank
great
you.
how you create the tension of the movie. So
Thank you.
it's totally fascinating.
Thank you.
And I'm not a horror fan, so but it catches me.
Cool.
Good.
Thank you so much. See you at the red carpet.
See you later.
And